Question.
Whoa,
Question off the top.
Question.
Why does your nose run, but your feet smell?
Why does your nose run
But your feet smell.
but your feet smell? Oh, I gotta get closer. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Why does your nose run but your feet smell? Damn.
No clue. No clue. Hint.
This was a question I saw.
Phone a friend. 50-50.
Yeah, it's just something I came across today.
Zero clue. Zero clues.
Could not tell you. Could
So
not.
you don't even know.
No, it's just something I came across.
Good question.
Is there even an answer to that?
I don't.
Wow.
I have no
That
clue.
is the best question. The one that has no answer.
And I have a sensitive nose, so I can smell and runny nose.
I think you're thinking about too much.
Camera?
Oh,
Lighting?
God.
Lighting guy?
What is this? Episode 7?
And change. How do you
Doesn't
say that? Siete? That's seis. Cinco, seis, siete. This is siete. Sit.
See it.
City.
But yes, welcome back. Good times, good people. Episode 7.
7.
Happy New Year, guys.
7-11.
Happy New Year.
7-22. 1-7-22.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. 1-5-22.
1-5-22.
Sev.
But they don't know that.
They don't know that.
1-7.
Came out of 1-7-22.
2-2. 22.
2-2-22.
22.
2-22-22.
Oh yeah. That day. That day.
How many weddings are being held on those 2 days?
A lot of high school kids getting asked out. Middle school now, maybe even elementary. These kids are fast.
It's gonna be anniversaries all over the place.
And they're not gonna make it a year. I promise. They're not gonna make it a year.
Hot take.
Real take.
Real take.
Real take.
But yes, Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to
Happy
you.
New Year.
Thank you for joining us once again.
Wow.
Welcome back.
7 episodes in, but if you're a real one, then it's like 17, 18 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're an okay one, then 7 episodes in. And if
Hey.
you're not real, 1 episode, 0 episodes.
No, 0, because you don't
First
start
time.
here.
Welcome.
Subscribe.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Little Schlump had nugs.
We did.
Didn't want to eat nugs prior to, but ate nugs prior to. What does
Prior
that
to?
mean? What does that mean? They don't know what that means. 8 nugs prior to.
8 nugs prior to. They don't know.
8 nugs prior to.
Unless they know you.
Yeah.
And they don't know.
They knew the link. If they knew the
I mean,
link.
who's watching?
Yeah.
You. We ate chicken nuggies.
Chicken nuggets.
Not going to say the first 2 letters prior to those.
Yes. We'll leave it up
No
to
sponsor.
If you figure it out, cool. Good for you. We'll clap it up.
Little Schlump, I don't like fast food, but we're here and that's what we're doing. So,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's convenient.
Yeah, sometimes. I'll just say their shake machine always breaks.
Shake.
Hint.
Hint. But we'll leave it at that.
That's it.
Cream machine.
Cream machine is broke.
IYKYK. Icky.
That's icky. And we back.
Yeah, we're back. We hope you enjoyed last episode with Roble, our
Ooh,
first guest.
special guest.
Holiday episode
Yes.
last year, way long time ago.
Dude,
I don't even
so
remember
last
what
year.
happened.
So last year.
God, don't talk about it. We're on to bigger and better things.
Yes,
I
yes.
think.
Yes.
What are we on right now? What is the vibe for this year? What are we doing? How do we feel? Any different, if any? Javi, how are you feeling this year? And why? If different at all.
A little different.
Why?
I would say just an improvement on myself, but also on this new year, still want to improve on myself, especially. Just make bad habits better habits. But yeah, just always striving to better yourself. That's all.
Do you wait for New Year's?
To
Make new habits? New plans, new goals?
no, but just notice that I'm trying to make more better habits than bad habits.
So do you believe in New Year resolutions?
I guess
why do you think there's a stigma behind New Year's resolutions? Why do you think people have to
I don't
wait?
know. I feel like it's more of a personal thing. It's just like a personal, traditional thing.
Like a new chapter, so to speak.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. That's what I feel like.
I mean, there were 12 chapters last year. What happened to those? Just something to think about.
Maybe a new book starts.
A whole new book.
A whole new book.
Wow. Okay.
12 more chapters.
12 more chapters. That's it. I don't believe in New Year's resolution. I used to. I mean, it's not even something. It's not a religion. So I mean,
no.
I
Like
guess
I
it's
said,
not
it's just
something
like
you believe in. But
Yeah.
personal, traditional thing.
for some reason, people think that they have to make goals this year, and then if they always fall off. But I think those are the people that always make long-term goals, and they're not really focusing on what's
short-term.
They're not introspective enough to think about what's happening to them right now. That they're like, I want the cream of the crop. I want the top. I want to be 6-pack bench press 300. I want to, I don't know, be a manager at the company that I'm in right now. They always want the top, but I think something to think about is that you need to have smaller goals betwixt thus.
It's important.
goals.
The middle is important.
Because you set these expectations way too high without having a plan. And say for example you want to bench press 200 or 300, whatever, and you're starting. This is the first year that you're going to work out. You have never worked out before, and you want to hit this goal because you're inspired by somebody else. Sure, but you don't know where to start. You just think, oh, I just bench press however much, this many times, whatever, sure. But you don't have a plan. If you have a plan to hit 150 and you have a plan to, all right, I'm going to go get coached by this trainer 5 times a week or maybe 3 times a week, and then 2 days I just do push-ups at home, or like the small things leading up to that.
Right.
Having the smaller plans leading up to that middle goal is going to make you get to that bigger goal. I'm not saying that you can't go from bench pressing 95 to hit 200 easily, or like without those smaller goals, but it is 10 times harder.
Yeah.
Because you don't have something in, like a check mark along the way. So stop, I don't want to tell you what to do, but try and have smaller goals first, and then that leads into your bigger goal. So have those bigger goals, have those New Year resolutions, but have those 2-month resolutions, have those mid-year resolutions, have anything between that time of now and the end of the year when you want to hit that.
Growth.
I think that's important.
Growth.
Growth. Smart growth.
Baby steps.
Work smarter, not harder. Sorry, that kind of goes along the lines of that. Yeah, I don't care about New Year's resolutions, but it's exciting because everyone's on the hype train, and Jim has been busy. But whatever. Good on you. Get out there.
Give it a week. Unfortunately, give it a week, and then
give
a lot of people fall off.
Yeah.
As I get older, that's how I've become to see it as. It's just more so not being into New Year's resolutions, just goals I've set for myself, small to big, no matter what. But yeah, as I get older, I'm just like whatever about the New Year's resolutions.
Sure.
One I remember like maybe a couple years back, I was like, I need to try to stop cussing, but it's hard for me just because I use it as vocabulary, not as like just profanity, but just to what's the correct term? Use it at just more emphasis, just give the term more.
I feel that
excitement.
More.
Yes.
Drive home the point more.
Yeah. That's why I use the.
I agree.
Basic.
I had one last year. I don't know if I met it. Probably not. But I wanted to go to the gym more days than I didn't go to the gym. I checked the EOS history. It tracked it from February.
February.
I didn't hit half the year, but we also didn't track January. So I don't know. I don't know if I did. If I did, it was very minimal, like close. But that's a win to me. I got pretty damn close to it. And I didn't expect for me to do it because that was a big goal, to go more times than not. That's more than half the year.
Yeah.
So that's a win. But not a win, but a win. Definitely doing that this year. Not stopping. Got more time to myself. So
Yeah.
What about Cha? How do you feel about New Year's res?
I kind of feel the same way. It's just you shouldn't have to wait until the first to like start all these new goals and whatnot. You should always have them. But me personally, just this year, I want to learn more because I know there's lots to learn. And I saw something that was like, the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know anything.
Yep. Yep.
That's where I'm at right now. I just want to learn. There's lots to learn, and I want to learn a lot. Like psychology. Ugh, I keep saying that. I keep saying that.
Love
I want to take a deep dive into psychology.
Come on now. Pay for it. Let me know. And you teach me.
Then I'll teach you.
Please. Have a new day resolution. How about that?
Yeah.
There you go.
Wake up with a new goal.
New day resolution, not a new year, because you're waiting a whole year to accomplish this goal. Do that goal in that day. And that kind of goes with what I was saying.
Yeah.
Have smaller goals. If
Yeah.
you have the smallest of goals and you have a lot of them, you're going to get way past that New Year's resolution, I promise.
Yeah. The new day goals lead to the New Year goals.
I
Sure.
wholeheartedly believe that, even though I'm not living proof. So, whatever. You tell me how it goes. Oh.
You tell me.
Oh. Anywho, New Year's.
I need to
Go ahead.
recap on my
Reread.
Oh no, just recap on like the goals. Just to I need to get back on my Spanish. I need to become more fluent in it since I am Hispanic. I need to be
Accountability.
more
Hobby
fluent.
needs to speak more Spaniard. So next podcast.
Next
Whoa,
podcast.
next pod.
Strictly as
Smaller goals.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Next podcast. Speak a couple sentences. Entonces.
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 That's a little hard.
No, it's not. You got
No.
this.
Just go.
I don't know why it's one I always remember from high school, but one of the few things I remember from Spanish in high school is
Biblioteca.
sure.
¿Dónde está el
Gimnasio.
El gimnasio. Vamos
Vamos
a
a la
la
playa.
playa. There it is. Let's go to the beach.
Vamos
Let's go
a
get
la
away.
playa.
Shout out to Nikki Minaj. High school. man.
Puedo ir al baño. I don't know why I always remember that, but that was one of the phrases I always remembered. May I use the restroom?
Puerto Rico, Alabama. There you have it, folks.
There you go.
Fucking high school, dude. What a wreck. For me.
What was it
about
like
for Hobby?
Oh yeah, I guess we can go.
Hobby first.
Javi, what was high school like for you?
Ooh, man.
Thoughts?
Roller coaster, I guess you could say. It was just
Flags?
Six Flags, sure, sure.
Trying to go.
What about it?
Man, it was just a roller coaster. Just being from a freshman to
Senior,
being
yeah,
a new
that's how it
kid.
goes.
4 years,
Yeah, yeah, we know how high school works. Give me some highlights of your career in high school. What went right? What went wrong? What character traits that have you developed since then that really kind of carried on into your adulthood?
I mean, as I always said with sports, I did football all 4 years. Did not become ineligible to play in any times that I did in 4 years. Did I start? Yeah, no, I wouldn't say, but just trying to start on almost all 4 years. Could have started my junior year and, like I said, freshman year, still knowing. First year of tackle football, but let me see. You said short term or short goals to
Well, give me the highlight reel of Hobby.
Of your 4 years in high school.
highlight would, I mean, definitely for sure would be being in varsity my junior year and senior year, for when people thought they would never picture me being a starter senior year or being a varsity in high school, because some people thought, oh, they didn't think I would be able to, I guess, or I don't know.
Haters, doubters.
Yeah, doubters. There you go. Let me see. Another highlight I would say is just some of the friends that I made there with football, and even before football to outside of it. I could call them my brothers for sure. Like, I still keep in contact with them, even though
Not
it's
close.
kind of hard. Huh?
Hmm?
Not what?
Not close contact.
No,
Sorry.
not close contact.
Omicron.
keep in contact with a few of some of them that I definitely call my brothers that I try to talk to every now and then.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely highlight would say football wise and keeping contact with some of my close friends that I call my brothers now.
So football and friends sounds like 4 years of your life.
Yeah,
God
because
damn.
without them, or okay, since you said highlight of the low part was dealing with depression and just family situations during years of high school. Certain small things as of not being able to afford a locker and having to
You
carry
gotta
my
pay
bags,
for lockers in Cali?
Yeah.
Oh
You had to
my
pay for
God.
Where in
So
middle school,
Cali.
at least for middle school.
which is one of the reasons why my lower back is always hurting, because I always had to freaking carry all my books in my bag.
I've never heard of paying for lockers unless you go to a bowling alley. So
I had to pay for lockers.
Unbelievable.
What else? Yeah, like I said, just depression, just little things that just went through my head during high school time and family situation during that time would be, I would say, my lowest.
and we strive on.
Mm-hmm.
Strive.
We're here still. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I know a lot of people got depressed in high school. Sometimes for stupid reasons, but others not. And I've seen them go on to be bigger and better things from it. Before I get into that, I had something to say to that. Remind me. Was that it?
Yes.
Yes. Highlight and low light. Highlight and low light.
Highlight and low light. I think one of the highlights for me, well, I went to a magnet school, so not too much going on there. But I will say one of the highlights of my 4 years there was the homecoming football game.
Talked about it last pod.
Flag football.
Yep.
Yes,
Solid as
but
fuck.
this was actually a different year.
Oh,
This was a different year. No, actually, no, it wasn't. Just kidding. It was the same year.
sure.
Very low scoring game, uneventful, but was still fun nonetheless. But we ended up winning that game, and after the final whistle blew, everybody rushed the field, and I thought that was
that's tight.
it was so cool to me
Yeah.
because everybody on the team we huddled up and we're
Sure.
jumping while celebrating, and then everybody that was sitting in the stands just rushed the field, and then everybody started
That's
celebrating.
tight. That's dope.
I used to have a video of it, but I don't know what happened to it. That was for sure a highlight though. But also, friends, relationships, because it's something we don't have now. But when we were in school back then, it was one place we knew you and your friends could go. Will always be there, 5 days a week.
Sure.
Which is rare nowadays. It's hard. Everybody has busy lives now. But back then, we all knew that. Well, we hoped we would be there.
Yeah.
But that was one place we guaranteed would see each other 5 days a week. So that was awesome to me. Low light? I don't know.
If any.
Can't-
If no low light, then no low light.
Can't think of any off the top. I think just school.
Nah.
The school
Homework.
Bro, definitely had a few of those for sure.
Slobodnik.
No, it wasn't this. Mine was more so with my leg just
slam your knee
slamming
on the knee.
against the desk.
God
Yep.
Damn.
I remember my junior year I took physics. I don't know how I took
You
physics.
slept physics.
I think it's hard. Physics is so to me. 'Cause lots of math messes with my mind. But I just remember whenever we would watch videos in that class, the lights would go off and I'd immediately just.
Slumpy dumpy.
And it was the last class I had of the day too, so lights go off, video goes on, out, and I would always wake up as soon as the video ends. I would wake up and the credits are rolling. I'm like, damn, that mental clock.
Bro, I've fallen asleep on a few classes, but that's because I would have to wake up 5:30 in the morning for morning weights, and then stay till school after school to do practice, and then on Tuesdays we'd have to stay after practice to do our what do they call it? Like study class, basically, just if we ever needed help on any of our homework, and coaches and staff from the library helped us out in our class.
Only Cali.
But yeah, our days were long as fuck.
Damn.
Did you do 8 classes in a day? Did you guys do 8 classes?
Yeah. I had block and
6
full schedule.
6 for 2 years, then it switched to 8. And then the last year, it went to 4 to whatever I just needed to graduate, basically. But yeah.
Because I know
mine switched.
I had block.
I don't know if... Yeah, I don't know. Mine switched to... Between sophomore to junior, it changed. I think that's when. Or either junior to senior year. That's when it changed. Because it was 6 and then it went to 8.
You did it all? Block? Normal?
Did it all.
Full?
3 different high schools. Been through it.
You went to 3 different?
3 different high schools. Went to his school for the first inauguration year and the sophomore year. And then I went to Cimarron for junior year. Then I went to Centennial. Highlights? Start with lowlights.
Lowlights.
A low light that led into highlights was me in junior year. I played for Cimarron the first freshman year, skipped sophomore year. Then I went to Cimarron and played junior. It wasn't varsity, played junior varsity. Dislocated my shoulder, and then I mean that turned into a highlight because I finally found my passion of dance after that.
Right.
I was already loving dance. I just never really knew how to get into it, and I was already, parents want you to play sports, or at least your dad would want you to play sports, and football was there. It was easy-ish. I wasn't the greatest, but I was good enough. And I dislocated my shoulder, and I was out for the rest of the season. I didn't want to play anymore. I let them know that, and I just started going to the garage and started freestyling. Sessioning is what we called it back then. With my friends, we'd always hang out, smoke hookah, whatever, get into trouble, but not too much trouble. We would just dance. And then I fell in love with music that way, and I fell in love with dance and the culture of it all and the grind of it all, and I just took it from there, and it led me to where I'm at now. The team that I am a part of, or was a part of, is going to the biggest dance competition for choreographers, I would say, in the world. And I was a part of that somehow, and that was pretty cool to see. So that was a low light that led to a highlight. That was one of the best things that ever happened to me. It was awesome. Dislocating my shoulder. Weird enough. Cool story.
Yeah.
What else happened in high school? Made a lot of good friends. I realized, where I was at socially. Definitely wasn't a Naruto runner. I definitely wasn't a jock. I was somewhere in between. I had great friends. Some were jocks, some were nerds, whatever, if you want to call it that. I don't know what else to call it. But I realized I have very good friends, but not too many of them. At the time, at least. And I just ran with that all throughout high school. Yeah, relationships ended here, and a lot of insecurities that got brought up because of how I was raised and being raised at the time, and how I took those lessons that I was being raised on and how I made them into my own thing. Some of it was good, some of it was bad. It's kind of vague what I'm talking about, but a lot of internal work, or a lot of introspect is what I had. I was very scared as a high school kid. I was so scared to get in trouble that I never ditched class ever. I never had a senior ditch day. I never did any of that crazy stuff. I was just too good. I was always there. I never had the greatest grades, but I was always there. Attendance, come on. Unless I was sick, whatever.
Perfect attendance.
Not perfect. Close to perfect. Good enough. Good enough attendance. Consolation prize. Had some fallouts with friends. Just how it goes with high school. You learn who you are and who you aren't. Definitely wasn't done learning in high school. I'm still learning to this day who I am and who I'm not. But I know that I did not like high school at all. Like, just the whole idea of the rat race and the social stuff.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for me. I never really thrived in that environment, so I was very closed off to it. I believe my high school would have had their 10-year anniversary this year, And one, I only went to that high school for 1 year to graduate. So I had no friends. And all of my friends that I did have, that I chased, because I always had friends that I want to hang out with. And, my dad moved us twice for me to follow them into other high schools. And they ended up getting, suspended or expelled. And, they never really finished the year. So I was just basically by myself, having my 1 or 2 friends in each class and trying to make the most of it. But I never really cared for it. I didn't really want to do more than I needed to. I just wanted to get through it and get the fuck out of there. So, yeah, didn't care for high school at all. Origin story.
Doesn't care.
Doesn't care, doesn't matter. Yeah. Gotta keep it real.
Why did I have something to add? Oh! To add to the following.
Sure.
Yeah. Transitioning from middle school to high school, I was very shy, obviously, very introverted. Was a little nervous going to a normal high school, so to speak. Normal. So I found out about the school that I went to. And I was like, hey, alright, I know a few people going here. But, so Yobo and Rubble we had on the last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Elementary school together. Went to different middle schools, but we kept in contact. And when we were in that transition from middle school to high school, I was asking them, I was like, where are you guys going to high school? And they said, oh, we're going to this school. Or we're zoned for this school. And I was like, oh, man. I don't want to go, I don't know what school, I don't want to go to school, by myself, not really knowing anybody. So I was talking to them, and in the end, we all ended up going to the same school.
Good luck, Chuck Schmuck.
I almost tried to finagle my way into going to the school they were zoned to by putting my address as my grandparents' address, so that I would be zoned for that school too.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Social, man.
Yeah, they were my best. They are my best friends at the time. It was hard for me to we were separated for 3 years already. We obviously still saw each other, but we didn't go to school. So I was like, man, I gotta go to school with somebody I know.
Fair enough, man.
I did the same thing during my high school. During freshman year, my best friend Richie at the time, he was supposed to go to the high school, basically kind of across the street, just a couple blocks away. And I convinced him to tell his mom to go to the same high school as me because I didn't know anybody else. Or I didn't know who else was going to that high school, so I convinced him. So he was able to go the start of freshman year, but the only thing that sucked about it was he wasn't able to play freshman football during that time because something with having the paperwork and all that shit that football had back in the day for switching districts or whatever. He wasn't able to play football his freshman year, but I was able to. That was dope to be able to convince one of my best friend to this day, my brother to this day, to come to the same high school I was going to and hang out with him, and that was one dope thing that I liked about it because it was the same situation as Dane. Was hoping to having one of my friends go to the same high school because the other friend ended up going over there and doing his own thing. Wasn't able to keep in contact with him, but I was able to get one to come to the same high school as me.
Sounds like a common denominator to me. Why do you think that is? Why do you think we crave for familiarity when we go to a new place? Is it because we're scared? Do we not grow up finding out how to deal with adversity? Probably both. I don't know. I'm just thinking of it in my head. Probably both. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe we should expose children. I don't know. Maybe when I have my kids one day.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I could think of is comfortability. Yeah.
Comfortability. Yeah.
Maybe make them comfortable with being uncomfortable. You seek discomfort.
Yeah.
But in a cool way. I don't know. Not make it just this daunting task. Okay, now you got to go out there and do it by yourself now. I can't be there all the time. Yeah. Expose them early. Get them comfortable with it, and the rest is on them. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the new parents out there. Do that, please. It'll make them deal with less anxiety growing up. At least, definitely in this age. But I don't know. I'm not a parent yet, so couldn't tell you.
Agreed.
My thought. That's my 2 cents. Cheers to the parents out there, young and old, doing God's work, man. You're shaping the future, bro. This is important.
I can wait, but I can't wait to be a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I had a note about what you were saying, but I forgot what you said.
Yes, we were talking about highs and lows. I was talking about
Family or friendship and
highs
football.
were football. Yes.
Anyway, I think it aligned with my note, but I don't remember how. But I don't remember what. What does the word resolve mean to you? This word struck a chord with me when I heard it last year. I think in an anime. Funny enough.
What is the word?
What is the word resolve? If you know what that means, and if you do, what does it mean to you? Anyone, open forum.
Resolve.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the basic, off the top, fix, like to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Revise. Yeah, basically. That's what I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of it in an action form.
No, yeah,
a verb
course.
form.
Yeah.
But I guess would it be the noun form? Let me type in resolve.
A resolve,
Yeah.
as opposed to resolve.
Sure. Okay. So I typed in resolve. The first thing that comes up is verb.
Yeah.
4 different definitions, but the last one is a noun, and it says firm determination to do something. Example: she received information that strengthened her resolve. What does that mean to you?
Interesting.
If anything.
I honestly don't know if I've ever heard it in that context.
Yeah.
In the noun.
I haven't either.
In the noun form.
Till last year.
So I don't know if I could give input on that.
Fair enough. And I don't remember how it ties into what you were saying, but somehow it reminded me of it. Resolve, that can be in all spectrums of life. Could be you resolve in a relationship, resolve in your life goals, or really anything that you're striving for. Maybe goals is what I was trying to get at, but it's just an interesting word. It could go bad or could go good. It just depends how you look at it. Like some couples, for example, some couples could have a very strong resolve, their purpose or their strength to be together is their resolve. Like they love each other so much to be together can be their resolve, but if you look at all the factors or all the variables, sometimes it may not work out. But does resolve overcome all those factors in some instances? Is your resolve strong enough to overcome any hindrances in what you're trying to do, whether to be bench press 250 or to, I don't know, travel or break a Guinness Book of World Record?
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Resolve is an interesting word to me. I have no hard set thoughts on it. I just thought it was an interesting word. And I just wanted to hear some thoughts.
It for sure is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think like a lot of things come down to preference and perspective.
Mm-hmm.
How you perceive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think I've ever heard it in that context before, so I don't know if I have really too much to say on it at the moment.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. It's very thought provoking.
I think that resolve. I don't know. Damn, I really don't know what to say about it. I just wanted to throw it out there and see what you guys were thinking about it.
Definitely. I think it's something we can revisit too at some point.
Man, it's such a
terror
question, man. Such a deep thinker. I know when I think of it, like I said, like both of y'all have said already, like, never heard it in that context before. But in my mind, that's what I think of it as, is just to either fix or to change the situation, or to fix and change whatever the goal, the situation that's going on. That's what I think of it as, fix or change. And change, I guess you could say. Fix and change, depending on how you
That's fair enough.
But it can be looked at as a goal. Ish.
Well, resolve is more so like your drive to accomplish that goal.
Okay.
Is your drive stronger than the adversity? Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Gotcha.
I have no reason to bring this up. I honestly just remembered the word a couple days ago. I'm not hinting towards anything, or alluding towards anything, but I just love that word because it really makes you think. Like, is your drive strong enough to push you in the right direction, or is it not strong enough to have adversity push you back? Think about it. Take a second. Matter of fact, you should take 4B. I think before you F with Pharrell. That was one of my notes. Shit.
That was good. I obviously.
Damn, I should have asked Robo that. What do you
I didn't have much to say on it, but like I said, it's very thought provoking.
Yeah.
It's very, very thought provoking, which we love to do here.
We love to
We love to
thoughts.
provoke the thoughts. The medulla.
Mid-July.
Medulla.
Mid-July.
Oh man, damn. Do you got anything else?
I mean, I have things else. What about y'all, though? Do we have any notes? And if we do you want to talk about it? And if you don't, I'm going to go. Okay.
Fuck. I had some, not thoughts, but just stuff to bring up about more highlights that I remember from high school. But,
Sure.
I forgot one, but the other one was it was cool to hear from people from my sophomore, junior, and senior year to give me a nickname called Hand, because I was a wide receiver, aka slot in there, and I was during my sophomore year, I was in JV, and which is junior varsity football. Working out after practice with the varsity, aka juniors and seniors at the time, just trying to better myself. And the coach noticed, and everybody else noticed, and one of the juniors at the time gave me a nickname, which was Hands, because I was working out with him, trying to get better at receiving and catching the football, and he gave me that nickname. And from the juniors all the way down to the same class I was as sophomore at the time, they all gave me the nickname Hands. So that was a dope ass freaking highlight.
Wow.
Just to do that. Don't remember the other one though.
Legs.
Feet. Don't remember
Feet.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say feet.
Feet. Quick feet.
What is feet? Piernas?
Yes.
Yes.
Piernas.
PS. Arms, hands, feet, and legs. PS.
Brazos.
Yes.
PS y piernas. It's
Peas y pierns.
P.
I think
Parse.
As for notes, the only thing I thought of was hidden talents.
Okay.
Do y'all have any hidden
Bowling.
talents? Boring.
Bowling.
Bowling. I mean.
Bowling.
If you meet me, you'll never think that I'm bowler.
Agreed.
I don't know if I am
Scented
anymore,
bowling
but I am a
balls.
bowler.
Scented bowling. We talked about this.
His scented balls.
Talked about
Scented
it.
bowling
You've
balls.
seen about it.
Agreed.
We've bowled about it.
Did you sniff his balls?
Hey, root beer and blueberries is what I'm saying.
Valid question. Valid question.
Agreed. I have a sensitive nose. I could smell it out. You were hidden talent?
Dancing.
Hey.
Come on.
So we got dancing, we got
Bowling.
bowling, we got
Singing.
singing. That's what I was gonna say.
I wish I could sing.
Hearing. It's a very hidden talent of yours. So
Smell.
hidden,
Sense
you
of smell.
Ah.
No, I don't like that hidden talent. But I would say this is like a definitely hidden talent.
Very adept nostrils.
Since I'm deaf out of my right ear, my sense of smell is very enhanced.
Good on his right nostril. So you should.
Not right. Both nostrils.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't know what my hidden talent was. Like, the only one I thought of is like I could make long armpit
ones.
Long armpit
farts.
farts.
Oh.
That's it.
Put on your looking goggles, folks.
Oh my
Here
God.
we go.
You're putting me on the spot
You
now.
said it, not
Talent
me.
show.
Talent show. And
Wait for it. Hey.
What is
See?
that?
What do you mean? That's all I can do. I'm not doing
recook
that one.
it.
Those spurts.
That's a long one. No one can do that.
That was from his right nostril, folks.
Normal armpit farts. They have to go like this the whole time. I just go like this the whole time.
I don't even see. Oh my God, he's got sections of those.
The pulse.
I hope that was from your arm, my God.
It was.
Let me hold you. Oh, that is great. I didn't know that. That is a hidden talent. The most hidden. Never seen it till now.
That's it. Never want to do it.
Holy shit, Nelly. That's great. We needed some comedic relief on this pod. We're getting too deep.
That's it.
Good shit. I don't have that. That was a good shit. Kind of stanky in here. I don't know. These are kind of just perspectives. Not even a note. Being bare bones vulnerable is the most rewarding yet scariest thing to do as a human being in this day and age, because society, in my eyes, it builds up this front of you gotta be tough. You know, it kind of goes back with the toxic masculinity or like just being a man, but not necessarily that way, but being to the core vulnerable. Like if I'm thinking something that I've never even said before, but I'm thinking it, and I told you guys, that's being vulnerable, because I'm being susceptible to your judgment, and I normally am not like that. No, I don't think anyone is like that. I don't think anyone out there just speaks literally what they think of at any given moment if they want to be vulnerable. I think it's healthy to do that. Yeah, I think so. But people don't do that because of
not enough of it.
How they're raised or how society is or all that stuff. But I'm trying to get back to that. Like, not too much. It's still kind of a new concept from what I'm seeing. Like just straight up saying what you're thinking, that's it. And not having any bias behind it, not having any ill intentions behind what you mean. Just literally saying, this is what popped into my head, and here's probably why I'm thinking it. It's still new to me, but I'm being honest about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, that's...
What you got?
Well, the only person that comes to mind to that when it comes to being honest, it doesn't really have to be vulnerable per se, but definitely giving the honest truth, their opinion, basically.
Sure. Not
saying, like, do I look fat in this or whatever. No, you don't. No. Honest truth, honest question. Yeah, that's it. One person that comes to mind for me personally is my sister. She'll tell me how it is. If I don't want to hear it, she'll tell me. If I don't want to hear the truth, she'll tell me how it is. She's always been honest and truthful, no matter what. That's one person I definitely think of.
Hard to find.
Yeah.
The truth will set you free, but at first it'll piss you off.
I'm mad.
First it will bite you in the ass. I definitely heard that one. But I know that one.
So that's kind of the other side of, I guess, being vulnerable, is being open to harsh criticism, but truthful. There's, I don't know, I'm not saying there's two different types of people, but there are people that are very, to their core, they can easily point out which they're going to be blunt with you.
Yeah.
But in my experiences, I'm not saying everyone's like this, but those type of people aren't always the type of people that can be completely vulnerable. It's hard to explain like what I mean by completely vulnerable unless you know. Like if I were to say, I'm just making it up, like right now I'm thinking about, do I even care about XYZ, this person? Do I even care about this person? And this person could have been in my life for 10 years. Do I even care about him? I haven't talked to him. I haven't reached out to him. He hasn't talked to me. Do I care about him? But I call this person a close friend of mine. Do I care? That's just a thought. But if I were to share that just because it popped into my head, that's being like 100% vulnerable. Because that is a thought that you'll never really say to anybody, but you'll think it. Being vulnerable like that is like, is that a bad thing or is it a good thing? I don't know. I really don't know. This is just up for discussion because I've had thoughts recently like I don't know where to lean with it, but I'm thinking it, but I want to communicate it because I don't want it to eat me up. That was, like I said, I made that up. I don't even know who I was talking about, but I don't know. The vulnerability. I think it yields the highest rewards because, the other person or the other group of people that you are being vulnerable to will get to know you more, understand you better, hopefully, without any bias. Mm-hmm. And your relationship could be stronger through that.
Yeah.
But can you be too vulnerable? Can you be too honest? Can you be too communicable? I don't know. And I guess that kind of goes into what we were talking about earlier before the podcast, overthinking.
Yes. There we go.
See? Because I have a lot of thoughts all the time.
Always.
Oh, man.
Always.
Sometimes a lot more than the others, and that's okay. I know that's how I am right now, but it's not something that I can't work on. Is my resolve stronger than this adversity of overthinking? I fucking sure hope so, But, yeah, that's kind of one of my crossroads right now. Vulnerability. Am I being too vulnerable? Am I thinking too much? And is it vulnerability, or am I just getting into my own head? I can't distinguish between each thing. So
no, I feel that. And I feel like I tell myself I'm vulnerable, but I don't show that I'm vulnerable, I guess. Especially when it comes to dancing. Especially. For me, that's just an example of not being vulnerable. Because I would say up until last year, I feel like I started to tell myself, I was like, who really cares? Who cares?
The answer's right there.
Yeah.
It's literally, who cares? No one.
Exactly. Yeah.
But why do we?
But I guess it's just the personal wall that's set up in front by myself.
Exactly.
And I don't know where that stemmed from. Like, ever since I was young, I never wanted to be in the spotlight. I liked being a part of things, but I didn't want to be the centerpiece of things, I guess.
Fair.
So to speak. But yeah. Trying to be more vulnerable in all senses, not even just dance, but in all.
It's tough, man. It is so tough.
It is. I feel like it varies depending on the person how big the wall is to climb over. But for me, it's. I feel like I've climbed it maybe halfway.
Yeah, at least we're climbing though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strive on.
Strive on, Hobbs.
I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty vulnerable on the potty and aka podcast. But I mean, I feel the same way. I'm an overthinker like you, but not. I feel like you think outside the box. I don't really think much outside the box kind of situations. But as an overthinker, I do think about stuff all the time. Just like I said, so many things. But another thing that I've always said is my sister has helped me out to think of stuff like as what's in my control and what's out of my control. Worry about the stuff that is in your control. Don't worry about the stuff that's outside your control.
I'm going to touch on that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. Sorry, go finish.
I'm going to let you finish.
I'm going to
let you finish.
I'm really trying to work on
that. That is literally the only thing that I was just going to finish on. It's just I overthink, or I think about stuff all the time, but I try to go back to what my sister said. Just think about the stuff that you can control. Don't worry about the stuff that's out of your control, because it shouldn't stress you about.
Can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
Who cares?
I have another perspective on that, and I do agree with that. I guess this goes back into overthinking. Now, do you... Well, it's not really a question to answer, but do you react to something bad that's happened to you? Or because so many bad things have happened to you, or history has shown in given situations that something bad is probably going to happen, do you proactively try and push away any possible outcome because you know that something bad could happen? So I'm saying is, do you try and force things to happen because you're scared of something going wrong? I don't know. I felt that kind of went along with what you're trying to say. Like, being a reactive versus a proactive kind of thing, but it didn't happen, so why are you worried about it?
Mm-hmm.
That also kind of goes back, I guess I'm answering my own question. This kind of goes back to you're bringing past stuff into the present, and now I realize that is not healthy, you know, relationship wise, family wise. Like, you can't, even though like this happened 9 times out of 10, if you're going into something fresh and new, you cannot have that same expectation that it's going to happen again to you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be vulnerable to your core and if someone's going to stab you in the heart, let them stab you. Because if you're going to try and be like, put your guard up, like, don't stab me, then, you know, you're blocking the love from getting to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not, in my opinion, I don't think that's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning. I think we're all learning that.
Absolutely.
Like, this can go in all walks of life too. Just try not to put up a filter or a block.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the most beautiful things about being a human, is being able to feel the pain. Otherwise, you're a robot, right?
Yeah.
Because if you can't feel pain, then you're just going through day to day without no purpose. Pain equals purpose.
Yeah.
Put that on a shirt.
Emotion.
Honestly.
P
Pain,
equals P.
you can't have one without the other. So you get pain, you're going to get love. But you block the pain, you're going to block the love too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Just be vulnerable. I'm just going to wrap mine up. Be vulnerable. Don't let the past dictate your future. Make your own future, but also communicate. I don't know. Man,
I like that.
I'm in my fucking dumps today, bro. I am in the gutters, bro. Get me out. Get me out. Help me. I'm drowning.
Life raft.
I mean, I had to talk about it. This is my therapy. I talked about that before. Anyway.
No, that was good, man. I like that. I like that.
Whatever.
I like that.
Yeah. And rent.
Don't touch my mic.
No, I no, for sure. On Taro's thing, to wrap his up, I would definitely want to be, like I said, be vulnerable, be honest, be humble, and be hopeful. For sure.
Be humble, be hopeful. Stay humble, stay hopeful. Stay
I
humble,
was gonna
stay
say
inspired.
Shouts out.
Shouts out. Anybody got something funny to talk about before we end this shit? I don't want to go to bed crying.
Funny?
Oh my God. I love comedy.
Something. Let's.
What's in
whatever.
pop culture?
Oh,
What
I
is-
got a funny one. Or I mean, it's more of an internal thing, but
Sure.
I mean, the way that Taro called me out for being the light man. If y'all need a light man holding 2 phones, that was comedy. That was hilarious.
Hard to explain.
Like
Hard
I
to
said,
explain
he's
because
talking
it's something that will never be seen.
Yeah, that's what I was
about.
saying. It's
we
more
could
an
probably
insight.
post
but-
a
That clip, just the
screenshot
clip,
of it.
just
Oh,
the
yeah,
clip.
sure. We'll post.
Maybe I'll throw it in. Maybe I'll throw it in right here.
Archive it up.
Up here
baby.
somewhere.
Funny moments
Of
with
Hobby.
hobbies.
We did a video.
Interview.
we were doing interviews. Javi was our lighting guy, but somehow he got 2 phones with the lights on, and he was holding them like this.
And mind you, imagine there's already fluorescent light
Yeah.
in the room.
The room lights are
The
on.
room is already lit, so I don't know what he was trying to
And he was standing away from us. He wasn't even near.
Couldn't tell you, man. Could not tell you.
Oh man,
That's what I said. That was a funny one for sure.
That is a funny one.
no, that was good. Yeah, we'll see if I can put it right here somewhere.
Yeah.
Right here.
It'll be our cover photo for a good day or
Cringe.
2.
Cringe, bro.
Let's.
I'm trying to think.
If we don't have anything funny, let's end it with the best way to end anything.
We'll see you at AlphaCon.
BetaCon.
AlphaCon. Betacon.
Gratitude. I haven't done this in a while, and it always makes me feel good. I've been trying to do it on my own, but like I've been alluding to, I've been in my head a lot recently. But I've said this before on podcasts, like, it always helps at the end of the day, no matter what the fuck you're going through, when you're by yourself, driving or whatever, just crying by yourself, try and practice gratitude very specifically. As specific as you can get. If not, as general as you can get. It helps you get through your day. It helps you kind of come to terms with what you're going through, like, because it could be worse, but you're appreciating the things that you've had or do have at that moment. So, I don't know. Give me 1, 2, whatever. As many things as you want. At least one thing that you guys are grateful for. Anyone?
Oh, I'll go first.
Oh.
I'll go first.
Oh.
I'll go first.
There you go.
Little, big, anything?
Anything.
I know it's
As
very
detailed as possible.
Oh.
I mean, if it's...
Well,
doesn't
one
matter.
was
It
very,
doesn't matter, sorry.
one is very cliche.
Sure.
It's very cliche, but I think it's... I don't know. I think it's so important. It's just thankful of being freaking able to wake up every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Above ground.
See the sunrise. Well, I don't see the sunrise, but to see the sun in the sky, to see it set. Well, being able to do that every day is a blessing. So very thankful for that. And let's say another thing I'm thankful for is honestly you guys, my friends, my BFFs.
Agreed. I was going to say that too.
Because honestly, without you guys, I don't know where I would be.
There's no we without you and I. We speak French now.
Oh, honestly, I don't. This probably would not be happening if I didn't meet these two.
Facts.
And I mean, this goes for all of my friends. Like, I'm so grateful to have met all you guys.
Forever humble.
I'm forever grateful for that every day. Grateful for a lot of things, but I'll leave it at 2.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at 2.
Yeah.
Next.
What have you recently been grateful for, Hobby? Or did you need me to cut you? You got some?
Recently? I mean,
Yeah.
recently it would be just like Dane. All you guys, y'all have pushed me to be more open-minded than, because I know I've been an open-minded person. Just be more open-minded and just not saying no to things just outside your discomfort, like all you guys have been. And of course, I've always been thankful for just family, and I consider you guys family because just of the stuff that we've been through these past years, getting to know all you guys. But yeah, I definitely say I'm very thankful for you guys doing this. This is, I never thought I would be doing this, talking to a mic and being on camera. Y'all know me. I don't like to be on camera like that. Even just going out, I've always been a homebody, just hanging out at home, no matter if it's just like a little kickback or just playing video games all night or whatever. To actually going to On the Record, Parkway, to whatever y'all have, to doing this, our podcast that we're doing. I'm definitely thankful for that, and like Dane said, thankful for being able to wake up every morning and to start the day off, for sure.
A. Ah.
Ratatouille, baby. Gotta love the ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Ravioli.
Oh God, give me the
formioli.
Okay, I'll go. This is how my mind thinks when I think of gratitude.
Let's go.
Example. First and foremost, be thankful for being alive. Thanks to my mom and dad for doing that. And then lineage, parents, grandparents, because it wouldn't be alive if they weren't alive.
Of course.
Thankful for my kinfolk, my family, holding it down for the whole family. My family is very love-oriented, very inwards-oriented. We don't really care about the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But when the outside affects our family, that's when we huddle up and we kind of take care of each other. And I'm proud to say that I'm partially like that.
Mm-hmm.
Thankful for you guys, this podcast. I've been kind of in a slump recently, and I've called out to my diamond dogs, my boys.
Mount up.
They've answered, and I needed it. Honestly, shout out to Mama Wahinehookae. She provided a house, some drinks, some food. Always when I wanted to, never said no. I've never been rejected from this house, except early on. Before we
early
knew
days.
each other, sure. The early odds, sure. Thankful for a lot of my friends. Thankful for my lady, Rachel. She is very understanding. She's very open-minded. She is one of the most caring people I've ever met in my life. I'm so grateful to call her mine. Marikar, she is always there for me. She has my back no matter what, dude. And it's rare to find people that only have your back, even if it comes across the point where it's me or another one of her good friends. She'll always choose me. And I would do the same for you, Marikar. Shout out to you. Shout out to Angelo. Shout out to Mekami. Shout out to my dad. I had a good conversation with him today, and I hope things are looking up on his horizons, and I'm going to be there for him no matter what, because he's been there for me and my brothers. Fuck, man. A lot to be grateful for, and you just have to look around and appreciate it. There's always something to be grateful for. You got to smell the roses. And it's really hard to look at sometimes because you don't care about flowers sometimes. Sometimes you care about the sky, the things that you'll never actually get to. You're going to keep looking at these other things, but look at what you have.
Right in front of you.
Look at what you have. And it'll bring you back down to earth and really show you what's really important to you. Mm-hmm. It might be different for everyone else, but it works for me. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people. Absolutely. Shout out to my mom, shout out to my stepdad, my sister. I had a good conversation with her. I don't know. So many things to be grateful for and so many details about those people that I'm grateful for. Like, I could go on. So I'm feeling better now. Thank you for this podcast. I needed that.
Hey, we'll clap that up.
Clap it up.
For boosting moods.
Boost moods.
Boost
mobile.
moods.
Boost mobile. Where are you
Boost
at?
mobile?
No, that's sure. Next town. That's next
Juice
town.
boots.
Juice boots.
Juice boots moods. Is that what we're leaving them off on gratitude again?
Gratitude.
Because I don't mean to say it again, but I think it's so important.
We haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
Not that I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good with that, man. Go thank somebody. Go thank somebody for something they did for you, to you, or to someone else that you care about, or really anything. Mm-hmm. Be thankful.
Yes, be thankful. Also, stop and smell the roses.
That's what that means. I just explained it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either or. Whatever.
Eeyore.
I'll tell you whatever.
Eeyore.
Eeyore?
Yeah, okay.
But yes, on behalf of Ryan, Javi, myself, episode 7 is a wrap.
Surratt.
Thank you for joining us once again.
Once.
For the 7th time. Possibly. And, yeah, we'll catch you for episode 8.
Ooh, the Ocho?
Ooh, dodgeball.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well.
We'll see ya.
See ya.
We'll see ya.
Peace.